Welcome to Everyday Cooking with Ann. This is day 2 of our citrus cupcakes that we're making, and today we're going to be making grapefruit citrus cupcakes. Now, I grew up in Arizona. I had the Garden of Eden in my backyard with our limes, our oranges, our grapefruits, and our lemons. All 3 of these we're featuring today. I really miss my old backyard because it had fresh grapefruit juice. I can't even eat a grapefruit in a store anymore because our grapefruits were so sweet and delicious without anything else on them. But today I'm going to show you, we're going to be making grapefruit infused cupcakes. And let's get started and I'll show you the ingredients. Now this recipe is going to include the cupcake recipe. It's also going to have a infused grapefruit syrup. And it's also going to have a glaze on it as well as a frosting. So it's going to be very grapefruity, but so delicious. I love anything that is tart with sweet, like I said. Let me show you right now what we're going to do. This is our zest that I've already zested my grapefruit with. If you haven't ever seen me zesting, check one of my other videos, but you just use a really great tool like this. And I just take my grapefruit, and I've already done this for you already, and zest all the zest in here. Now, how I'm starting right now, what I want to do is I've got a cup of sugar that's going into the cake. And so we want to have a really good flavor. And the grapefruit has oils in it. It has a lot of flavor. You want to make sure you don't take the white pithy part to do any grating. You just want the outside layer of your grapefruit. And I'm sorry I don't have a picture of it because I did this ahead of time. But I'm going to go ahead and put all of my grapefruit, most of it, I might use a little of this on top. And I'm infusing my sugar with my hands with the grapefruit zest just to get all the oils infused with the sugar that we're using in our cupcake recipe. So you just take the sugar and the zest, mix it together between your thumb and fingers, and infuse that in the sugar. That way the oils will release from the zest and give it a lot of really amazing flavor. Now what I've done ahead of time is I've gone ahead and put a one and a half cups of all-purpose flour. I have 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and that's what I have in this mixture right here. I'm going to go ahead and get my trusty, I use this to do sifting. As far as I'm concerned, this is a really good sift job right here, just using your wire whisk. So that's all ready to go. In this recipe also, we'll have 3 eggs, 1/3 of a cup of canola or vegetable oil. We'll have a little bit of vanilla. And we have, this is our grapefruit juice that I already juiced my grapefruits with, so we'll be using that. And another thing we're putting in is this is called a yogurt grapefruit, pink grapefruit yogurt cake. You can make it into a 9-inch cake or into the cupcakes we're doing for 12 cupcakes. Okay, and this includes 3/4 of a cup of plain yogurt. You can use Greek yogurt as well. Either one will work for you as long as it's plain and full fat. So you don't want to have part fat on there. Okay, so let's get started. I've already taken care of this right here. And so now what I'm going to do is add in the, I've already whisked this together right here, and I've added the grapefruit zest to the sugar and put that together. And then I'm going to mix together the yogurt, and as well as a 1/4 cup, I think, hold on just a second, yogurt. The sugar is already in here. I've already put the zest in here. I'm going to mix this together with my spoon. You don't need to have a mixer with this, but you're going to mix this together with a spoon. And you're going to add in 3 eggs. You can do them all at one time if you want. These have been sitting out for room temperature. And you're going to incorporate these. I think I'm going to go to the wire whisk now to get these incorporated. A spoon of vanilla right now. Mix that together. And I'm also going to add the oil. So those are all of your wet ingredients. Adding a little bit of this at a time and mixing with my spoon. You don't want to incorporate this too much. Just want to do this a little bit at a time. Okay, that's the batter. And I'm going to go ahead and get a bigger spoon here. And I'm going to fill these up. Okay, notice my cute little cupcakes that are kind of a light pink, the very same kind of color of my pink grapefruit. So we want to have it color coded because we're going to be making 4 different kinds. So I'm going to fill these up nice and big because I want to be able to have tall cupcakes. And we've got plenty of batter here. Oh, I taste the batter for this, and honestly, it's so amazing. Very grapefruity. It's so delicious. I'm going to put these in the oven for about 20 minutes. I'm going to check them at about 19, I think, just to check to see how they're doing. You want to just make sure that the skewer comes out clean when you put it in the center to make sure there's no batter left in there. And I'm going to put these in. I'm going to try for 19 minutes first before I check for 20. And meanwhile, we are going to make a grapefruit syrup. And to do that, we're going to turn this on to about medium right now. And this is going to dissolve. We're going to have 2 tablespoons of sugar and 1/4 of a cup of grapefruit juice from our grapefruits, okay? 1/4 a cup of that. You want to dissolve this sugar in the grapefruit juice. It's going to make a syrup. It'll make it nice and thick because sugar with liquid is going to make a syrup. This is something that we're going to poke holes in the top of our cupcakes when they're cooled and drizzle this syrup on top so it'll infuse even more with the sugary grapefruit flavor. So I'm just waiting for this to boil so that I know that the sugar is completely dissolved. I got it on about medium heat. And this should be all set to go and ready to go to cool. By the time we're ready to take our cupcakes out, we need to cool them as well. Okay, these are the grapefruit cupcakes and they have cooled. And I'm poking holes in them so that I can drizzle the syrup that'll be infused down in the middle of these. And these are just the last couple that I'm doing. And it's not very much of this grapefruit syrup, but it's just basically grapefruit juice and sugar, and it's nice and cooled now. And I'm just going to pour these on. Now this, along with the frosting, is going to be amazing. I can't wait to try it. Making the frosting for the grapefruit drenched, syrupy, yummy grapefruit cupcakes. And we're going to put the a cube of unsalted butter in our Prevail. And we're going to put that on high and beat that up a little bit here. This butter has been emulsified. So we're going to turn this off right now, and I'm going to add 2 cups of powdered sugar. Whoa. I am making a mess today doing all 4 of these in one day. Okay, 2 of this. I'm going to also put in a tablespoon. This is my fresh grapefruit juice. I'm going to put a tablespoon of that in. And 1 or 2 drops of red food coloring, just a drop. Because we want it to be pink, as in pink grapefruit. And I'm also going to put in this zest that I had left over from. It's not coming out very well. Okay, all right. We're going to turn this back on again. Okay, it's not ready yet because we're going to put another 3 cups and a 1/4 cup in here, along with a 1/4 cup of sour cream. And this frosting that you make with sour cream and salt together make a really amazing. I'm going to put a nice big splash of salt. People love salt with their grapefruit too, by the way. So let's get going again and we'll get this. Okay, that looks perfect, actually. Our pink grapefruit frosting, and this is just a lot of fun. You can just go right around into a little swirl, however you'd like to do it. Don't forget this has all been infused with yummy grapefruit syrup too to give it more flavor. All right, there we go. Thanks for watching, and on to the orange cupcakes next.